Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another Sunday service. Yay! I know that you've been enjoying yourself, having a great time learning the word, enjoying all the Bible stories and all the different lessons that the teachers have brought your way. Today's another blessed time. It's another time to get together. You can even let your friends know that the Bible service is about to start, so get ready to praise. There's going to be worship session, beautiful songs. There's going to be the Bible lesson. I'll come after to share that time with you, and there's also going to be quiz time, so you get to have homework, and you know there are many good rewards that come afterwards. So have a swell time. Don't miss any time. Focus, engage, and enjoy. Welcome to Sunday service. See you soon.
And now let's go into a time of worship. And now it's time for our memory verse. Listen attentively.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reading a Bible verse which is coming from the book of Judges 16:17, and I read, "Finally, Samson shared his secret with her. My hair has never been cut," he confessed, "for I was dedicated to God as a Nazarite from birth. If my head were shaved, my strength would leave me and I'll become as weak as anyone else." Thank you guys for watching, and I hope I will see you guys after this lockdown. Bye.
And now we go to our lesson for the week.
Stories of the Bible. Samson and Delilah. This is Samson,
Hey!
who was the last judge of Israel. Samson was very strong, and he was supposed to bring God's people victory over their enemies, who were the Philistines. Now Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah.
Oh, hey there.
Hi, hi.
And the Philistines came to Delilah
What's going on?
and convinced her to find out what the secret to Samson's strength was. They promised her a great amount of money if she could do this.
Now you're talking.
Hey!
Come in.
So Delilah said to Samson, "Please tell me what makes you so strong, and what would it take to tie you up securely?"
Well...
Samson replied, "If I were tied up with 7 new bowstrings that have not yet been dropped, I would become as weak as anyone else."
You ain't here.
So the Philistine rulers brought Delilah 7 new bowstrings,
Look what I got.
Go on, try.
and she tied Samson up with them.
Haha, see?
Oh no, Samson.
She cried out, "Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you." But Samson snapped the bowstrings,
Let me at him!
so the secret of his strength was not discovered.
Hey, wait a minute.
Afterward, Delilah said to him, "You've been making fun of me and telling me lies. Now please tell me how you can be tied up securely."
Alright.
Samson replied, "If I were tied up with brand new ropes that had never been used, I would become as weak as anyone else."
Let me try.
So Delilah took new ropes and tied him up with them.
See?
Oh no.
And again Delilah cried out, "Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you."
What? Where? Let me at him!
But again Samson snapped the ropes from his arms.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Then Delilah said, "You've been making fun of me and telling me lies. Now tell me, how can you be tied up securely?"
Alright, I'll tell you.
Samson replied, "If you were to weave the 7 braids of my hair into the fabric on your loom and tighten it with a loom shuttle, I would become as weak as anyone else."
Now we got him.
So while he slept, Delilah wove the 7 braids of his hair into the fabric. Again she cried out, "Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you."
Let me at him!
But Samson woke up and yanked his hair away from the loom and the fabric.
You gotta be kidding me.
Then Delilah pouted, "How can you tell me I love you when you don't share your secrets with me?
Come on.
No.
You've made fun of me 3 times now, and you still haven't told me what makes you so strong." She tormented him with her nagging day after day until he was sick to death of it.
Alright already!
Finally, Samson shared his secret with her. "My hair has never been cut, for I was dedicated to God as a Nazirite from birth. If my head were shaved, my strength would leave me, and I would become as weak as anyone else."
Well, that's it.
Thank you.
Delilah realized he had finally told her the truth,
Hey, you.
so she sent for the Philistine rulers. "Come back one more time," she said, "for he has finally told me his secret." So the Philistine rulers returned.
Oh, Samson.
Delilah lulled Samson to sleep. And then she called in a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. Samson's strength left him. Then she cried out, "Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you." When he woke up, he thought, "I will do as before and shake myself free."
Oh, what's going on?
But he didn't realize the Lord had left him. So the Philistines captured him and took him to prison.
Wow, guys, what did you think of that story? I know some of you are saying it's sad. Yes, it's sad that Samson lost his power. Well, first off, I think one lesson that we'll take away today from today's story is that you shouldn't be bribed to do the wrong thing. Delilah, who was Samson's wife, was bribed to do the wrong thing. So sometimes bad friends can come to you and say, hey, bully this person, and if you do that, I'm going to give you a bag of sweets or whatever, be it like a treat. It doesn't have to be money. People can be bribed, and to be bribed is to be forced to do something wrong using some kind of gain that as a bait, right? As something to lure you or to drag, to influence you to do something wrong, just because of it. And this actually happens every day. The devil can use anyone to tell you to do something wrong, and then they would promise you some favor, right? But what should you say? No, right? So what Delilah should have done is to say no. And then we come to Samson. That's the second lesson. So say no to bribery or any kind of advice that will want you to do something wrong when you know that you shouldn't be doing that. Say no to it, because you are a child of God. Simply because you're a child of God. And then for Samson, Samson should have known better, right? So Samson should have known better than to give away such key secrets, guys. The presence of God is all you have. God lives inside of you, and you should cherish that. You should protect that. You should protect what you have. You have God living on the inside of you because you're a child of God, and so always protect God's presence. In Samson's case, and that was in the Old Testament, the only way he knew God was present with him was if he grew his hair, right? Like we learned in the story, not this one, right? But once he cut it off, he cut off the presence of God. So there are certain things God wants us to do to keep his presence. For example, worshiping, praying, listening to Bible stories, watching Sunday services. This is how we keep and we culture the presence of God. And so do everything you can to protect that, right? So that God will always remain with you and you will never be weak. Because if God is for you, no one can be against you. The only reason why the Philistines came at Samson and they were successful was because God left him. God is with you, and do everything you can to protect him. I know you learned a lot. Say no to bribery and protect the presence of God. So that was an amazing time. Now it's time for the quiz, so get ready to answer all the questions, and see you next time. Love you, boys and girls. Beautiful. Bye.
Hello, boys and girls. Now you know what time it is. Yeah, it's quiz time. Yeah, quiz time here again. We've got some questions for you today, and make sure you try your best to answer all of them. Let's go. First question: who was Samson? Who was Samson? A second judge of Israel. B, the third judge of Israel. C, the last judge of Israel. D, the first judge of Israel. If you answered C, then you are correct. Samson was the last judge of Israel. Next question. What was Samson supposed to do to God's children? What was Samson supposed to do to God's children? A, lead them by the way. B, lead them to the promised land. C, bring victory to them over their enemies. D, bring them out of Egypt. And if you answered C, then you are correct. Samson was supposed to bring victory to them over their enemies. Next question. Who were the enemies of God's people? Who were the enemies of God's people? A, the Samaritans. B, the Jews. C, the Philistines. D, the Romans, who were the enemies of God's people. And if you answered C, then you are correct. The enemies of God's people were the Philistines. Next question. What was shown to Delilah by the Philistines to reveal Samson's power? What was shown to Delilah by the Philistines to reveal Samson's power? A bag of gold. B, bag of rice. C, bag of apples. D, bag of money. And if you answered D, then you are correct. A bag of money was shown to Delilah by the Philistines to reveal Samson's power to them. Next question. What was the secret of Samson's strength? What was the secret of Samson's strength? A, his hair. B, his beard. C, his skin. D, his hand. What was the secret of Samson's strength? And if you answered A, then you are correct. The secret of Samson's strength was his hair. Next question. 3 times Samson told Delilah about the secret of his strength. True or false? 3 times Samson told Delilah about the secret of his strength. True or false? And if you answered false, then you are correct. B. That is the correct answer, false. Now we go on to the home quiz, the home assignment. Yeah, I really need you to pay attention here because there are prizes for the winners. Make sure you send your answers to kidszone@solidrockdublin.org. kidszone@solidrockdublin.org. Now let's get straight into it. Yeah. The question is, 3 times Samson lied about the secret of his strength. 3 times Samson lied about the secret of his strength. True or false? Next question. Samson told Delilah that if his hair was what, his strength will be gone. Samson told Delilah that if his hair was what, his strength will be gone. A. Braided. B. Shaved. C. Curled. D. Wet. Next question. What did Delilah do to Samson before the Philistines came to capture him? What did Delilah do to Samson before the Philistines came to capture him? A. Made him sleep on her laps. B. Sang for him. C. Made him some food. D. Sent him away. A. Made him sleep on her laps. B. Sang for him. C. Made him some food. D. Sent him away. Next question. When Delilah shaved Samson's hair, what happened to him? When Delilah shaved Samson's hair, what happened to him? A. His strength doubled. B. His strength tripled. C. His strength left him. D. He could not talk. Next question. When Samson was captured by the Philistines, what happened? When Samson was captured by the Philistines, what happened? A. They took him to his house. B. They took him to the palace. C. They took him to the prison. D. They took him to get his hair fixed. Next question. Do you think Delilah truly loved Samson? Do you think Delilah truly loved Samson? True or false? And that's all the questions we have for you today. Make sure you send in your answers. We're expecting them. We're really expecting you to send in your answers to kidzone@solidrockdublin.org. Make sure you do it fast and quick and try your best to answer all the questions.
But I will establish my covenant with you.
Into the world and preach to do something like build an ark like God. He's all knowing. That means he knows everything. He went ahead, everything. He knows tomorrow. An ark. Like I'm so silly. Like you're so silly out. Like you're so. But guess what? You just made all the same, right? So and never feel pressure to do the one thing. Never feel like you have to follow others. Never feel